So I was doing my keyword research, yes, proper YouTuber over here. I was doing my keyword research about questions that people have about destination weddings, and one came up that I had never actually thought of. What is a destination wedding? And it just never occurred to me to actually answer that question. But of course, what is truly a destination wedding? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm also going to give you the 3 best reasons to have a destination wedding. There are many reasons why people have destination weddings. I'm going to give you the 3 best ones. But first, this video is being filmed and will release during a time where the Black Lives Matter movement has had a huge resurgence due to the murder of George Floyd and also the murder of Breonna Taylor. And of course, I've taken a week break from uploading my usual schedule because of the happenings going on in the world at the moment, and I don't want to gloss over it as if it didn't happen. So I'm just going to quickly address that. If you don't want to hear me speak about Black Lives Matter, then the time code is up here. Otherwise, I appreciate you listening to me. So the past week has been extremely painful, extremely exhausting. There's been a lot of ignorance, but also a lot of hope. So many people who weren't listening before are all of a sudden taking notice and really committed to challenging their own prejudices and learning more about racism. And this has been the largest outcry that has happened in at least my lifetime, and probably the lifetime of many, many Black people watching me. So if you are a Black person, particularly if you are an African American, please take solace in the fact that we are all hurting, we are all grieving, we are all protesting, and we are all working together to make the world a more anti-racist place. And if you are someone who is doing the work and challenging your own privileges, I completely acknowledge how hard that is. It's really difficult to face up to your own role in a deeply oppressive system. But you facing up to your own privileges and allowing the voices of Black people to be heard at this time is so, so incredibly valuable. And I thank you for doing that. In the wedding industry, we have a long way to go. Representation is appalling globally, absolutely appalling. I'm working on some content and with some publications to address the fact that we don't see a lot of Black love or interracial love or just any love of colour in the wedding industry, and we will fight back against this, and it is being heard this time. So let's hope that this leads to really lasting change. As a Black woman, this has been extremely painful to see, and it's infuriating that it took the death of George Floyd to get to a point where people are finally waking up. That is so maddening to me, but I'm really glad that we got to a place eventually that people are beginning to wake up. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me, and let's get into the video. So what is a destination wedding? A destination wedding is when you choose to get married or have your symbolic ceremony in a country that is not your own. It involves crossing borders. So say you are a New Yorker and you decide to get married in Florida. That is not a destination wedding, even though it's not somewhere that you live or are from. It's still within your borders. It's still considered a home wedding. But if you are a New Yorker and you decide to get married in Botswana, then that is a destination wedding. You are crossing borders to get married. So it can get a little bit blurry sometimes. For example, I know that Hawaii is technically the US, but you would probably still consider getting married in Hawaii if you are a US citizen as a destination wedding. But generally speaking, if you need to cross international borders, then that is considered a destination wedding. Think of it this way: if you decide to have a holiday in that place and it's considered a staycation, then it's a home wedding. If you decide to have a holiday and it's definitely a vacation, then that would be a destination wedding. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So what are the 3 best reasons to get married abroad? One is that you want something truly unique. This comes up again and again with all of the couples that I speak to, the ones that I work with and the ones that I don't work with. They really want something different. They want something special and unique. They want to give them guests and themselves a really unique and special experience. The second best reason to get married abroad is to introduce your guest list to a new corner of the world. You would be surprised at the amount of people who think that Portugal is just another province of Spain. It happens all of the time. Portugal is quite a niche place for people to come, and a lot of our couples have actually remarked on that many of their guests had not even considered coming to Portugal before. After the wedding, they are just so enamored with the place that they keep coming back. What you're doing is helping to open the minds of your guests, getting them to go somewhere that they had never even thought to go before. Generally, people who are well-traveled are much more worldly. They have much more open minds about things. They are less racist, less bigoted. You are doing a service by encouraging people to travel and encouraging people to step out of their comfort zones. The third best reasons to get married abroad is to combine your wedding with your honeymoon. And why do you only have to travel when it comes to your honeymoon? If you've already traveled with your wedding, it just creates a gateway to have an awesome honeymoon too. When you have a wedding abroad, you are in a place that you can gateway to other places nearby. I have had couples who get married in Portugal and go traveling all through Europe. I also have couples who get married in Portugal, go to a city break in Europe, and then also hop over to Africa, like Morocco or Tunisia, because it's a gateway to other places. Getting married abroad puts you in an amazing position to just keep traveling. And if you want a destination wedding, then you are probably people who love to travel anyway. And this has got to be one of the best reasons just to go for it. That was my video, very short and sweet. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to this channel for more destination wedding tips every single week. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.